Talk about our expectations for Rarity Pack 5. Make sure you guys smash the crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more Oz content. So this is an interesting discussion because Rarity Collection 5, on the surface right now, looks like kind of a passive product. Because you're looking at like the alt arts and things like that from the stamp collection, and you're looking at the reprint equity in this set, and I think a lot of people are having the same thought, and it's just, wow, you know, this isn't necessarily exciting in the least. And I don't blame you for having that thought, but I want to remind you that December 20th and the 21st, we're going to have the OCG times coming down here from Jump Festa, and we're going to be getting an opportunity to kind of take a little bit of a peek into the future of the game here. Now, remember last year, during the OCG times, where we got the alt arts for Kagari, and, for Ray and Hayate. And they were those arts, and we knew that we were going to get a special set coming down for Rarity from Japan. Because they were taking everything that's coming out in the two subsets, and we ended up getting those in our May subset last year. But there was something interesting to note between those. There were two Rarity collections last year. So this is a food for thought here for this Rarity collection. Are we going to take the serialized numbers and the breaks from Rarity Pack, or from, you know, the upcoming set that we're expecting to see on the 20th? Are we expecting to port those over into the set? Or do I dastardly say, is Konami going to take Rarity 5 and push a Rarity 6 directly behind it? Because as it stands right now, Konami very much made it notoriously known on Rarity Pack 5 that there is more to come with this set, which notoriously leads me to think that they're going to do it. They're going to dump in the serialized cards and the break cards from Japan's, February, March sets into our April set. And it's already been proven that Konami's been kind of accelerating the timer recently. They've really been trying to push things up a little bit. And we've been seeing, quicker release times. Honestly, seeing simultaneous release dates on the Chronicles decks has already been a little bit of a dream come true on that forefront. So, the possibility is definitely up in the air. But if Rarity Pack 5 does not only have the stamp collection in it, and, we're taking things, for example, like the Kashtira Fenrir, the Chaos Angel, and we're dumping them into this set, as selling points. Let's come here for a second. There's not a lot of cards that we can reprint right now that have value. And I assume that most of you guys have realized this at this point. 99% of the time now, Konami's pushing for the variant cards to be worth something, and then they're pushing for the idea of, the lower rarity stuff to be, cheaper, which is a good thing. They're actually terraforming it, and they're doing it correctly, because base rarity cards across most games, look at Pokemon, for example. The luxury rares are the ones that cost, the most amount of money. But then, when you shift around here and you look at the modern times for us, Forbidden Crown's going to be a very expensive card. I don't think anybody's denying that. But, we're taking most of the cards and we're already dumping in here. I've had a few people that have been like, well, Konami could dump in the Mulcharmies in here and give them Starlight treatments. Well, yeah, they could. It wouldn't be surprising to see, the Mulcharmies getting dumped in here. But the problem is a lot of these cards, we could use additional prints for. There's also the Dominuses, but the problem is the Dominuses are already up for discussion in the modern decks, So if we're dumping them in the modern decks, we can't exactly come dump them down here in Rarity Pack 5. Rarity Pack 5's entire dominance, I truly think, comes from the idea of serialized cards in the overbreaks. I hate to say that. I think if serialized cards make their debut in here, I think a lot of the general opinions on this set are going to flip. I mean, you're going to have people that are going to be opening up this product just because they want to chase a serialized card. You know how crazy that thought process is to me? That obviously, you know, you're going to have Ruxin opening up a quadrillion of the product, you know, trying to chase something too, to complete sets. But I would not be surprised to hear that. No, I think Konami understands. Like, the stamp cards, most of the feedback and opinions I've heard from the community are, you know, they worked out in Japan because they were great ideas over there. But most of the takeaway on our side of the market has just been, these are awful, I don't want them. So how do you change that opinion? Well, you have to wait until the 20th. I think once we hear serialized cards and overframes in here, then I think this set turns itself around very quickly. I truly am happy that we're getting the stamp collection, but the problem was the way the stamp collection was marketed in Japan. It was created as a set that you could go pre-order at the satellite shop. If it was it was however many they got for pre-orders was what they printed, which is an okay style product. It's because, like, at least every box that you're printing, you know, is going to sell. At this point in time, it's just your selling points are a bunch of alt arts with English and Japanese characters on them that some have zoomed in and zoomed out art. But it's also got Rarity Collection slapped on it. So as long as it's not as bad as Rarity 2, then I mean, like, it'll truly do fine. Right? Well, it's possible at this point. In terms of other cards that, I mean, like, we could see get reprinted in here, it's all just cards that we need to actually get things printed. I mean, if Konami were to break Herakti in here, oh shit, I mean, that would just be, the set would sell forever. All right? Magi Magician Girl set sells forever. There are little bits and pieces, but I mean, they don't have to do that at this point. I think just overbreaks and serialized cards have enough of a momentum to do the job. In terms of the rest of the landscape for next year, I don't think a Rarity 6 is viable. If Konami were to just truly rely on the stamped cards in this set and what minuscule selling power they have, and then make another Rarity Collection on the heels of this and call it Rarity 6 and then put the overbreaks and the serialized cards in there, I think this community would be really upset, honestly. Because then, I mean, Rarity 5 just becomes Rarity 2 at that point, and boxes are just $60 forever at that point, and it kills the product. But it is a realistic thing that Konami might actually take the tools and things from Rarity, you know, the upcoming set, and actually do split them apart. But there has to be something major still in Rarity 5 for Konami to believe that people are going to want to pick up this set. And it is a scary thought to know that we could be facing Rarity 5 and Rarity 6 all within the same chunk of time. This also creates the tension of, what are we doing about tins this year? What are we doing about, you know, the possibilities of, you know, the battle set? There's a lot to think about still here. So, yeah, I don't know, man. Rarity 5 is either going to be a absolute banger of a set, or it's going to be a flopperoo, and a lot of people are going to be sitting here looking around going, how did you mess this up, Konami? It just truly depends on how much Konami is willing to feed into this set without splitting it apart and diluting its value. So Rarity 5 and Rarity 6 might be acceptable answers in the future. I hope not, but we'll see. Leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys think. I'll see your beautiful faces back here in a day, guys. Peace. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.